Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Ana Bracho. I'm the Beas Manufacturing Product Manager. I'm really excited to share with you the latest update in Beas Manufacturing. Today, we will talk about the recent improvement, the new production cockpit, progress with the SAP web client, and how the artificial intelligence is starting to enhance our processes. I'm joining today with my colleague, Julian Soderman, a solution advisor at Boyum and part of the BEAS enablement team. Julian will be leading a live demo where you will see some of the feature in action. Here, what we have planned to do this for this session. A look at the product roadmap direction, a quick summary of the latest innovation, a live demo of key improvement, an overview of our future vision, and of course, a Q&A session. Please feel free to submit your question at any time in the Q&A section. We will address some of them at the end of the session, depending on the time that we have. Let's start with our roadmap direction. Our product strategy focus on 4 key pillars that help to extend the BS life cycle, improving the experience for current users, existing users, even delivering a comprehensive, but at the same time easy and attractive solution for new customers. We want to strengthen the relationship with our partners, preparing for successful implementations, and create a clear path for cloud-ready ecosystem, considering, of course, the Boyum portfolio. In Beas Manufacturing, we put our effort on the following areas, and this is what you are going to see in our roadmap, public roadmap. We are trying to modernize the user interface and improving the usability. We are optimizing the performance of key processes, trying to process more data, but even getting more faster response. Continuing enhancing in the WMS integration, especially to enable our best customer to use or to have more advanced logistic management features. Bringing in emerging technologies like AI and deepen in our integration with the SAP Business One, especially with the web client. In the recent innovations of this year, one of the most helpful visual update is the resource utilization graph, which allow users to view workloads more intuitive. In this new screen, we include modern bar charts or summary tiles and even calendar objects. This update has been applied in several areas, such as resource group, which is new. We don't have it before. Individual resources, dispatches, MRP2, and tool definitions. So here in this screen, even you can see this calendar object that we include in the dispatches. We have also added usability improvement like tooltips that allow the user to get more information, or global to detailed resource view. This allows to see a part of the screen is a list of the all resources, but even when you click in a specific resource, you can see the detail of that resource. Even we have customizable timeline filters, allowing the user select a specific period of time, or as well that they sum up the views by day or per week or months. And even we have quick filters from the summary tiles. We have the summary tile that even provide faster what are the number of the resources that you have in process or interrupt. But even if you click in that tiles, you can filter the list based on the tile that you select. For example, if you select the resources in process, it's going to be in the list only the resources in process. Additionally, a contextual menu now allow the user to choose where the graph appear or even hide it if they want it. But based on the personal preference, user preference, it can be in the top, in the bottom, right or left. We optimize the Boyum style introducing the efficiency mode after we heard our partner about the feedback in the first version of the Boyum style. Uh, this new efficiency mode show more data in less space by reducing space between rows, but still keeping the readability. Even we update the color of the button in the buttons, in message boxes, or even login screens. The original layout created at the end of 2023 remain available as a comfort mode. On the WMS side, we continue enhancing the integration. Now from the Beas quality control transfer screen that we start some improvement last year, the users can now perform some WMS transactions. Like, for example, change only the WMS quality status. Or another action that could be, it is transfer the stock within the same WMS warehouses. So means from one location to another location, but the WMS locations. These WMS transactions are now available even in the existing document screen. So this screen show before was the SIP transactions or the Beas transaction, but now even if you create or change the quality status in WMS or create a WMS transfer between locations, is going to be visible in this list. In the version of the 2025-06 that was recently released, we introduced the new Production Cockpit. This for us is a simplified, centralized workspace where the user can manage their daily tasks. What the cockpit offers is real-time access to the work order information, or even a way to have quick detection of the delays or material issues, but even allow the user go directly to the most important tasks. What we want with that, it is that the user, as soon as open the Beas, have a place when have a summary of the most important information. In short, what we want is that the user dedicate less time to searching data between a lot of screen to really dedicate that time to produce. This is our first version. We plan to continue the improvement in the version of the cockpit to include more filter adapted to the user or to create other cockpit that can be used by other profiles. For example, probably a quality staff cockpit that is focused in the most important information for them. We are also excited to introduce the first AI assistant prototype for Beas Manufacturing. It's not yet a public version, but it's already support. What this version support is that the user talking or chatting with the AI in a natural language can create work orders or checking stock availability or reporting operation time, even asking for detail on active work orders. But now it's time to see some of this in action because it's going to be better. Let me hand it over to Julian, and who will go through the live demo. Go ahead, Julian.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you for the nice introduction. Actually, let me just share my screen. And if you can just confirm that you can see it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so design, Anna already talked about it. The Boyum style, I think it was released 2 years ago. We also have the efficiency mode now. So it has less spaces between it, so it's more easier to read it. So you can activate that in the configuration wizard. So next thing I want to show you not the dashboard, that's for the end with the AI chatbot, but let's take a look at the new graphics that we have. So for example, in the MRP wizard, we have the resource view, like we all know, and well, that's the external one, so I don't have any details there. But if we, for example, select one of the resources, we see directly what is planned. So this is our summary about all resources. I can extend it if I want to see everything. And the same also in the detail for that resource. So what is planned today? So what is my workload, capacity, and where is it coming from? Forecast, sales orders, productions. And of course, I can also extend the bar in here. So what's going on next week, for example, or switching to months if I want to. So a really nice view, of course. We also have it in other things. So for example, if we go to the resources, same in the resource category. So same settings here. We also have the calendar in there where we see what's the workload or what is planned on that machine on that date, and also on the resource master data. We have the graphical view where we can, of course, also filter what is planned in total, what is in process, is a resource interrupted? So I can just directly filter, go to that resource. Okay, it's resource 4. Why is it interrupted? And which resources are overloaded? So as we see here, I have a problem with my human resource. So my capacity bottleneck is my HR. Yeah, if we now continue with the general cockpit, so actually how to activate it. If you install a new version, you will have that nice little welcome message, and you can just activate the cockpit. So then it will be activated for that person that clicks it. If you want to activate it later, you can do it on your personal settings, extend it, and there's the cockpit. You see the type, in this case, is production or none. So maybe there are more cockpits to come, but that's, yeah, maybe something for the future. Now, if you log on, you are getting welcomed by the cockpit, which looks like this. So it's just a window. So it's not embedded like the dashboards that are always in the background. It's just one window. So of course you can close it. So how do you reopen it? Under Tools, Beas Cockpit, and just click on the production. The cockpit itself, it's your main starting point, or let's say for a production manager, it's the main starting point. So he could quickly jump to new actions. So creating a new work order, checking the master data, go to planning, quality control, and also see on one view what's going on in the production. So how many work orders do I still have? How many are delayed? Of course, clicking on it will filter it, and it will just show me all delayed work orders in that screen. I also see on the resources what is in progress, what is the capacity looking like, is it in use, is it not in use, and also in that progress bar down here, I see the production states. So is one operation already completed? Is one, yeah, a bit completed? So there was a partial booking, or is it still open so that I still need to do it? Material requirements is still empty in my system. Actually, it worked when I started it. But actually, it's a good point. Where's that coming from? So when you set it up, you set up a planned task. So we create that for you. Actually, let me just go to my Beas server. And you see under planned activities, we calculate the material requirements. So this one needs to be active. Otherwise, the material requirements will be empty. Maybe it's calculating right now. Maybe that's also why my system is a bit slow right now. So maybe we will see it just in a couple of minutes. So we can also go to the AI chatbot. So this button here is not visible for you if you use that version. So it's still a prototype, it's still a pilot, but we can still use it. This AI chatbot, it's using ChatGPT, and we can just write in there what we want to do. We already have some examples here. So we could create a work order or a time received or just show a report. So let's maybe start with it. So let's say, okay, maybe we choose it a bit more. So let's create 3 new work orders for the item 0gen. And let's say we just want an individual quantity. Of course, normally you don't do that in production. If the customer wants 10 parts, he wants 10 parts. But in this case, we can just show what AI could do. So we could say, okay, with an individual quantity between 5 and 10 for every order, delivery date should be end of next month. So now it takes some seconds. So we send it to ChatGPT. He will place the query for it. And that's also an important thing. So we don't send out the data of the customer. We just share the table format. So what's in that scheme. And we just get the query back. So there is no data that we transfer from the customer to ChatGPT. So yeah, in this case, exact quantity is missing. So it must be a number. Yeah, so that's AI. It worked yesterday, but not today. So we say, okay, it will be 7. And just wait for the response. Yeah, so he has 3 work orders for that item, 7 quantities, and no other fields were specified. So yes, go ahead. So again, it's a bit waiting time. Of course, we need to send that data, and we already see it here. He created that work order. Okay, new work order was created, and we also see it in here. If I just refresh it, yeah, 1 new work order, and my material requirement is also there. So it was just calculating in the previous minutes. So that was empty. Okay, what else can we do with the AI chatbot? So it's not just creating work orders. We can also just use our microphone to make a receipt. So maybe let me just open the terminal to just have a work order. So let's say create a time receipt for work order 27, position 10, about 10 minutes, and a quantity of 1. So I've just used my voice to type it in. So of course that's just text to speech, but it worked quite good. And actually it's received, so it isn't that good, but he found everything. Okay, work order 27, position 10. And that's not my employee. It's a default employee, but that's not me. So let's say it's employee number 10 and operation code 10. So yeah, operation code 10, employee 10, and yes, go ahead. Yeah, had a warning, but that's, yeah, it's a group resource. So I can't make the post in there. Not the best example, but actually it will do it. And it would also show up errors. So we also see, okay, if it's planned on a group resource, if I would need to select a different resource, then I need to do that one. So maybe something else to show you. So what we can also do, we can just type it in every language. So that's Chinese. So let's see what
Ooh, what
that
this mean?
means. Yeah, I have no clue. So let's hope Google Translate did it in the right way. Well, actually, it's just show me the last work order. And it's the one that we've just created. So we've created it. That's our date of delivery, item code, and the 7 pieces that we've just ordered. And actually, we can also do more with it. So it could also be a nice reporting tool. So maybe we could use this question. So customer is asking if I have in October. So I could go and check on MRP, can it work? And let's see what the solution will tell us. So it's just checking the data. And yeah, on October, we have some orders. And right now the scheduled load is not that high. So we have plenty of free capacity. Of course, you should double check there. So it's better to work with a forecast there, but to get a quick overview, okay, do I have free capacity? Will it work? It's a first start to see, okay, it can work or cannot work. And also other things we can do. Maybe we want to see our backlog in this case. So we'll have a party in our factory. So maybe show me the backlog on the delivery for this week. So let's say, see if we can have it on Friday or if we need to delay the party. And it's really the nice thing about AI. You can just type it in or speak to it and it will recognize it. Also the language, if I would have typed it in German, it would also understand it. And yeah, that's our backlog. So yeah, it should be enough capacity for our party in this case. And right now, we have this the scheme that is integrated for work orders and time receipts. But with this function, we can even do a bit more. So even if the tables are not already shared with ChatGPT, we can still work with them. So if we know where the data is, I could also say, okay, show me my best customers based on his orders. And let's see what we will get now. Okay, so yeah, we don't have any customers or sales orders table. So where are them? So let's say, okay, use the table ORDR. So that's the only information I gave him. So let's see what he will find. I hope he will find something. Yeah, okay. So he has not a structure. So use ORDR with card code and I think quantity. Let's see. It's always a bit with AI. You never know what you will get. So the
This is a
one day it
special
is
day.
working.
This is a special
Yeah.
the worst moment of the worst moment of the AI when you try to.
At the end, this is Jesus. I want to add a little bit that in Beas, in the prototype, we preload or not preload. We get the table information for the work orders. I think we don't load the complete database structure. This is the reason Julian is playing a little bit with the data, with the work orders and so on. You don't have to do any tests or you don't have to validate any data or field because the information is defined in the structure. Okay? But yeah, you see the
But
powerful of the AI that also with no defined information, you can play and you can do many things.
but I think it's good that you are here, Jesus, to clarify. Is Julian sharing information, confidential information
Hmm.
about the customer or the data with the AI?
Hmm. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I was waiting to finish to do this comment because for us it's very important the security and also the how the data is managed in the system. The prototype or the system that we define is not sending any information or any customer data to ChatGPT. At the end, the system that we implement is something that is simply creating queries, but all the queries and all the internal logic is executed inside Beas. Nothing is sent to a ChatGPT, and all the queries are executed internally in the system, and then it displays the information into the chat. Okay, this is something really nice that because you can be sure that your data is local and nothing is sent to ChatGPT. Only if you want to send the data to do additional information, you can do it. But by default, the system is defined to do not send any customer information to outside of the system.
And finally, the question also worked. So I asked it again. So it's a live demo. You never know what will happen. So you see in this case, I told him, okay, use ORDR and RDR1. And finally, he found my best customer and what he's ordered in total. Yeah, one last question I have prepared for the AI chatbot. So let me just paste it in. And yeah, I want to invite my best worker to lunch. So I'm the general manager. Every week I'm just taking one person out to lunch. So can you show me the best worker? Who is it? Who did the best job in my factory? And I give him a statement. Okay, the best worker for me is the one with the greatest time totally worked. Yeah. And I give him also the tables. Use the Beas upside. Display name is the name of the worker, and site is the time, and Menge gut is the good quantity. And well, I also have another statement for him. So I will also need a production joke just to start to convert. So I have never talked to him. So to break the ice, let's see what he has as, yeah, who is the best worker, of course, and also if he has a nice joke for me that I can use. And there we see, okay, Jason Butler. Well, actually, that's myself, so I can invite myself to lunch. So that's good. But he gave me the overview. Okay, my total time worked, my total good quantity, and a production joke. So how does a factory worker stay calm during a crisis? They keep everything running smoothly, no breakdowns allowed. Okay, well, that's me. But let's say, okay, and who is the second best worker? So I need someone to lunch. I don't want to sit alone in the restaurant. Yeah, it's still me. So I need to go alone to lunch. Yeah. Um, so yeah, that's AI. So the cockpit prototype, the cockpit is not a prototype. The cockpit is live, so you can use that, of course. But the AI function, it's not official, so that's a prototype. It used ChatGPT. Every data is confidential, so we don't share data from you or your customers with ChatGPT. But it's really nice to use it and to play around. And there could be so many ideas what to use with it, also for the cockpit. And this will also be the next topic, right, Anna?
Yeah, thank you, Julian, for the fantastic demo. To be a live demo, even it's great that you only have one problem, one issue.
Yeah, it's a prototype, so yeah.
Let's share the screen again. Uh, well, let's go to the talk a little bit about the future direction. Looking ahead, one of our major goals is to deepen in the integration between Beas and the SAP web client. We're currently testing how to launch the Beas screen directly from SAP, the SAP web client, or trigger Beas actions from the SAP screens, enable the Beas fields inside the SAP web client. For this, we are working closely with the SAP web client developers. However, we have encountered some initial technical challenges, but the direct collaboration with the SAP team is helping us to moving forward on both sides. Uh, Consider that many of the UI improvements that have used him today are already web-based. So the cockpit is a web-based, the graphical utilization is web-based, the AI assistant is web-based. Um, that is a way to prepare us for this future with the web client. So it's a web base that is prepared to interact yet inside of us, but help us to prepare for the future. As the AI, our current prototype is just the beginning. We want to move to real use cases, with real use cases with more predictive functions, or basically that accelerate and support the work and decision making for our users. And of course, we will continue with the other areas of improvement that we mentioned at the beginning of this session. As we continue to shape the future of BEAS, your feedback is really essential. Please take a moment to fill out our feedback form. Uh, we love to hear your thoughts on the new production cockpit, or what you like to see in the web client, and ideas for applying AI in real world scenarios. It only takes a couple of minutes and really, really help us to build the enhancement of AS. And to close, we invite you to continue exploring the recent opportunity that BEAS has to offer, from visual enhancement to a smart technology. Our goal is to make manufacturing more agile, connected, and intelligent.